I always laugh at the people that we know in the lifestyle. They bring somebody in that they're newly dating that has never experienced lifestyle at all. You want me to have a conversation with your new girlfriend and tell her how awesome the lifestyle is? Conversation is not for me.
Taylor, can you help turn my girlfriend out?
Pretty much.
I was kidding with that slate. I was about to slate before we started recording. Like, I'm a professional. I swear, Taylor. I swear. I swear to you.
Be the judge of that.
Oh, no. I didn't realize I was being judged. Shit. No. Now I'm a little nervous.
Oh, you'll be fine.
That's what you say now. Then afterwards, like, that motherfucker. I told him I was going to judge him.
I'll go easy on you.
All right.
What's your drinking?
Tonight we're drinking Rebel 100.
Ooh.
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. 100 proof.
Whiskey and I came to an understanding back in college, and we haven't talked since then.
What happened?
Oh, I was just in a sorority, and our whatever drink of choice was Crown, and Crown on every table, and now even just the thought of it drives me. I'm not a big brown liquor girl.
I'll take it out of sight.
Brown everything else, just not brown liquor.
I'll take the brown liquor out of sight.
Sweet. No, you're good.
Don't need you triggered in the middle of the show.
Although I can do Fireball. I guess that doesn't really count as whiskey, though.
Fuck no, it doesn't. Fuck no, it doesn't. Anyone who's like, oh, I want to drink whiskey, I want to drink Fireball. It's like, no.
It's not really whiskey.
No, that is a whiskey-flavored liqueur.
Ah. Oh, is it really?
No, actually, it's technically an infused whiskey with like artificial sugar and...
Yeah. It reminds me of Act mouthwash. It tastes just, remember that? Like with the red thing you used to squeeze it? That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, hard pass.
Mm-hmm.
I want my whiskey to taste like charred wood.
Oh.
Traditional bourbon is aged for at least 3 years in charred barrels, blah, 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 blah.
Gotcha.
There we go. Starting the show off right. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. All right.
I can't believe you flew to do this.
Well, it's a quick flight, so,
I understand it's a quick flight, but you still jumped a plane to come do the show. Which
I did. So, yeah, happy to be here.
I hope so. Like, you're like, oh no, I went through horrible turbulence, and it was a horrible time, and now thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm glad it was an uneventful flight.
It was. I'd be Debbie Downer if I started that way,
We don't want that.
No,
we don't want the people to be like, why is she so upset? What have you been up to, though?
Oh my gosh. Well, I just moved to Vegas about 3 weeks ago from Orlando. So that's been pretty crazy adjusting to that. But so far, I love it. I got to stop gambling every night, but
yeah. Oh, yes. Very much so.
It's fun. I like to play craps, so that's fun. But
that's my game of choice, too.
Yeah, I actually love it. I was taught how to play baccarat the other night, but it's hard to find those tables. They're usually like in high roller areas, but I do like to play it. I've only played it a few times, but I feel like you can play a while. It's pretty simple. So,
are you a spy? I thought only spies play baccarat.
Yeah, it is kind of like a 007 kind of thing. But
yeah, like that's some James Bond shit. Are you?
Yeah, I feel like it's like a Monte Carlo kind of,
I feel like you could be in like a Bond girl outfit right now too. So.
Oh, and yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it kind of Charlie's Angels kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Oh no! Did I let a spy into my house? Oh no!
I have my moments.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna take a drink to that.
Oh, me too.
So you're digging Vegas so far? Besides
digging Vegas. Well, when I first moved there, it was like super hot, and now it's freaking cold. So it's fun though. I mean, it's fun. I mean, you can do pretty much anything you want 24/7. Although the downside is that you can eat whatever you want 24/7. And so I'm kind of like, okay, I don't need, Asian food at 3 a.m. I don't need.
Yes, you do sometimes. Yes, you do.
I know it's like, it's adding on the pounds, but it's all right.
It could be worse. You could be stuck with fast food at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Or where I moved from, where it was like, do you want to go to Olive Garden or Chili's? Like that was pretty much it. Or kind of out in the boonies, close to the villages, and everything closed at 8:30 at night. So it was awful.
Not even a Waffle House nearby?
There was a Waffle House, but I don't like Waffle House personally. I know it's so weird. I don't do it.
Why?
Because it's just like waffles and eggs and that's it, you know? There's not much on the menu.
I know.
Now, a pancake house, that's a whole different vibe.
You want IHOP over Waffle?
I would totally do IHOP over Waffle House.
Oh, wow.
I know. Does that make me weird?
It's just a matter of opinion. It's a matter of taste. That doesn't necessarily make you weird. It's not the choice I'd make personally. As a punk kid who has spent many, 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 many hours in an IHOP in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Because on the north side of Chicago, it's like the 24-hour choices were like an IHOP.
Yeah.
And a handful of things. So it's like a lot of nights spent in the IHOP.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Waffle House for the late night eats.
I always wonder, like, I used to leave the gym and there'd be a Waffle House right there. And I always wonder, who are these people eating at Waffle House at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday? I mean, what do you eat there?
I don't know.
Waffles?
I guess. The only time I've ever eaten a Waffle House while the sun was up was on a road trip.
I guess because there's nowhere else to stop and you just...
Yeah, it was one of those things where we were driving, this is when I still lived in Chicago, we were driving from Chicago to Vegas for AVN and got to somewhere in the South in the middle of the day on the drive, and it's like, we don't have fucking Waffle House. Stop at Waffle House. Hell yeah.
It's a long drive, a couple days.
Like 2.
Yeah, the drive from Orlando to Vegas with 5 Chihuahuas was long.
How many times did you have to stop?
A lot. Okay, a lot. Well, we stopped twice because we left Orlando and Helene was coming, the first hurricane, the one that hit Tallahassee. And so we said, okay, we got to get through here before this hurricane comes or else we're going to be screwed. And so we drove through Tallahassee like a day and a half before the hurricane hit. So we made it through there. And then I think we stopped in Mississippi and then we stopped in like Flagstaff, something like that. Wasn't too bad.
Didn't even make it all the way to New Orleans?
I mean, we didn't have the time. I mean, we with U-Haul and 2 cars and
then again, you
dogs.
probably don't want to stop at U-Haul in New Orleans.
No, I was worried enough with like locking it down and all the stuff. And it's just, it was a lot.
Yeah. It's like, ooh, that drive. Oh, and then it's like half your shit would be gone if you stopped overnight in New Orleans.
For sure. I left half the shit there, so.
Down to 25% shit.
Yeah, you go, okay, is it going to cost me more to move this than it's worth? Leave.
Right. It's like, can I just replace this for less money?
Probably.
So what made you decide to do the jump?
Just being out here filming, was ready to leave Florida. It's just too many hurricanes, so humid, and just being out here filming a lot, loving Vegas, loving LA, but not really wanting to live in LA.
What's wrong with LA?
I'm from here originally, so, my whole family's from out here, so I'm pretty familiar, but, just Vegas is a little different. It's a little tough out here to live, so for a multitude of reasons, but.
For sure. Having lived in Vegas and lived here, I still prefer here.
Yeah.
My personal experience with Vegas, especially, I was also there. I left there over 10 years ago.
Okay.
So there wasn't that much industry there when I was there. And the majority of people that were there at the time were older, more established performers with like families and shit like that. So it was just like, I was still wanting to go out and be a drunk degenerate. And like, I understand you got to take your kids to school in the morning. Like, I want to go hit Fremont till 4 o'clock in the morning. Our lifestyles aren't meshing right now. And then I was coming out here for work all the time. It's like, oh yeah, a lot of younger, performers and just people that are out here being idiots.
I like Fremont Street. It's fun for what it is. It's just, you can see all walks of life out there. So.
Oh, for sure. If I'm going to go gamble in Vegas, it's Fremont over the Strip any day of the week.
Yeah. I like Cosmo though to gamble, but it's expensive. I mean, so like if it's a Saturday night, even trying to find a $25 table is pretty hard.
Yeah, see, I am the type of degenerate gambler who wants to go gamble on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
On Fremont.
Yeah.
And just like low stakes. Like, I don't know if they still have it, but the El Cortez used to have $3 tables on weeknights.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go check that out because that sounds fun because you can gamble for a while with $3 tables.
They used to. It's been a while since I've been there, but like, yeah, $3 table.
Okay, I'm going to check that out because I usually park like right over by there, so.
El Cortez is just so seedy.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too. I wish I was old enough to live and like hang out in Vegas in the mob days.
Oh, that would be so cool. I'm totally into that. I love the like Vegas history and like the old school, we started, in fact, we started to watch Bugsy the other day because it was all that era. So, but I didn't get through it, but
Well, now the Trop's gone, which was like the oldest fucking property.
There's still like I didn't see it when they imploded it or you say imploded?
I believe it's imploded
Yeah.
on that one.
There's still like this little piece that's standing. I guess it just didn't fall. So yeah, kind of sad.
That's the one problem in Vegas. Like nothing stands the test of time there.
Is it the Flamingo that's still there? What
Is the Flamingo still there?
The Mirage they did a couple years ago, right?
And the Riviera's gone, I think.
Gone. Is it the Flamingo? I think is the one that's there. Tropicana is the one they just did. I think it's the Sahara. Is it Sahara?
So the Sahara became the SLS at one point.
Okay.
But the physical property is still there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Flamingo's still there.
That's the one that I thought was still there.
The last of the old school.
Now I have to go over there and check it out because I'm sure they have a lot of history stuff in there. I think they've got like someone told me, and I don't know if this is true or not, they have like some of the old rooms and some of the old areas like preserved, like so you can go, like you can either stay in the room, some of the old rooms that have been kind of redone to look like the original or something like that. I don't know.
Huh, maybe. Trying to see. There's nothing quickly Googleable classic rooms at the Flamingo. Though there was a Reddit article from a year ago about a $17 room at the Flamingo.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that's worth doing just to go shoot content and shit.
Yeah, I got a really good room at the Virgin the last time I went to Vegas before I moved out there. And it was kind of a glitch error thing. And I booked it like through American Airlines. And I thought I booked one of these like suites by the pool that had like upstairs, downstairs, had like outdoor hot tub, which is why I wanted it because I wanted to go shoot content. And I get there and they were like, they gave me some other room. And I went down there and bitched at them the next morning. And they gave me that room, and even though I knew I wasn't supposed to have it. But I showed them the thing, and they were like, "Well, ma'am, I guess we're gonna, we'll have you there for the night or something like that." So it ended up working out, and it was like $100 or something. And
Oh,
it was
that's
like
sick.
a $2,000 room.
That's sick.
Yeah, I tried to see how much those rooms would be at AVN, and
Oh, no. Those rooms at AVN are some companies paying for them.
yeah, for sure. So, but it was really nice, and I did 2 or 3 scenes and box checked. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what are you doing with yourself in your free time in Vegas besides just gambling?
To work out, and I like to run and hike, but I really haven't done a lot of that yet. So I'm anxious to check out some spots. I have a big Jeep, so there's lots of trails, and I want to do some of that, but I haven't had a chance yet because I don't really know where to go. But
Well, down to the Red Rock Preserve.
yeah, that's where I need to check that out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So
Well,
and eat. I like to eat.
Nice.
I like to cook a lot. So like eating is just like, oh, I want to go to this restaurant. I want to go to this restaurant. So
Which
I'm
restaurants you
making
hit so far?
oh my gosh, there's so many. I like all the casino restaurants. I like the one I haven't gone to that I want to go is I love steaks. So I want to go to the Yellowstone, the 666. That there's some restaurant at the 6666 Ranch restaurant after like Yellowstone. Like it's like Taylor Sheridan something. I'm not sure where it is, but I want to do that.
I'm trying to find that because the 666 Ranch comes up for a place in Texas.
Yeah. So that's the spinoff that they're doing from Yellowstone, but then
The 4 Sixes Ranch Steakhouse in the Wynn.
in the Wynn. Okay, yeah, I got to hit that one. I haven't done that yet. So
There's I'm trying to remember the name of the place, but there's like a chop house way off strip in North Vegas. It's pretty rad.
what is it called?
I'm spacing on it right now. I'm going to
Google
try.
it.
I've been there a couple times. It was really good.
I love steak. I love meat of all kinds.
So the Golden Steer, which is barely off strip's a good spot too.
You have to send me these. I have to write them down, take notes.
Thankfully, we're recording.
Oh, hey. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm trying to remember where.
Golden Steer.
It's been quite some time since I've been there, but Delmonico in the Venetian, which is Emeril Lagasse Steakhouse.
Yeah, okay.
Last time there was like 2006.
Wow.
In 2006, it was honestly one of the best meals I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to go check it out.
It was wild because it was just like we were there for a friend's birthday and it was a fairly sizable party. We had 3 servers just for our table.
Wow.
And they're like making the Caesar's table side. And
See, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's my jam.
yeah, if you're going to spend the money to go out like that, fucking, it better be worth it. It's got to be worth the presentation. It's not just like, oh, this is a good meal. There's got to be something above and beyond with the service that makes it worth that price. Because even a great cut of meat's still just a great cut of meat, and the above and beyond service and attention to detail is really what makes the dining experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any spots in Orlando you're gonna miss?
No. I take this back. I take that back. We are gonna miss Secret. I love Secrets. It's like a little swinger resort out there. So we used to go there a lot when we were in Texas, before Orlando. So they always throw great parties, and so I'm gonna miss that place. But other than that, not so much.
Well, you keep saying we. So did you,
Oh yeah, my husband and myself.
I was like, yourself as two people.
Yeah, we like that place a lot. So
Hell yeah.
really cool vibe. There are some great parties out there. So, and they've redone the place. It's super cool. So if you're in the lifestyle, go check it out.
There's definitely some lifestyle play in Vegas too. There are definitely some clubs.
There's a Playhouse, which we have not been to. There's another one called Flirt something. There's Green Door. There's, trying to think what all. There's a handful. We have not been to any of them yet. So
What's stopping you?
Time. I'm busy.
Priorities. You flew here to do this. You could have been.
I have more fun just like finding some random guy at the bar than, going to a club and just waiting. So that's just me.
So what's the rules of your relationship that you're just able to pick up a random guy at the bar?
Well, no, it's a plan. Something we planned.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's kind of our, sometimes we'll go out and just kind of gamble and hang around by the bar. Vegas is the perfect place for it. Obviously Orlando was a little more challenging, but we did have some local bars we like to go to. So it's more the thrill of the hunt than, the execution of it. But it's fun. Yeah. I love it.
So with the thrill of the hunt, like say you meet a dude at a bar, like you're out with your husband, and like do you two like coordinate like, hey, that guy?
Yeah, to an extent, but it's usually there's the looks and things like that. We're usually on the same page with as far as that goes. But yeah, so we definitely, give a glance or, come by and so that kind of thing. So yeah, there's all kinds of things we haven't done yet too. So we're working on some of our crazy fantasies. So
nice. I'm curious. Do you meet a dude at the bar? Do you tell him you're married? Do you tell him that he's there?
Sometimes yes, and sometimes no.
What's the determining factor?
Just whatever vibe we're going with at the moment. So yeah. So the one we haven't done yet, which is really fun, is where like I meet someone at the bar, but my husband's there, but we're not together, but he's there. And so then, like I'll meet the guy and then all of a sudden my husband comes over and then like picks me up and then we go off, or I take him back and we all go together. There's all kinds of variations of that, which there's so many fantasies I haven't lived out yet. So I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Chair's leather for a reason. That's okay.
Oh, nice. I don't want to know what's happened on this chair.
I plead the fifth. I'm 99% certain everyone was tested who's been in the chair. So
sweet. Including me.
who's left a mess at least.
I thought it was a little moist, but
Oh, it shouldn't be from. I haven't done a show this week. Shit. Oof. That's a little unnatural if it is. What's stopping you from just going out and doing it? Like, what are you waiting on?
It's just having the time, it's just sometimes you just want to have a chill night, just go gamble and have fun. And some nights it's, there's never any, if I found that if you go out and you're trying to make something happen, it won't. You kind of just have to go with the flow and just wait for the right moment. And sometimes moments present themselves and you're like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting this right now. But it all just kind of, it all kind of just falls into place.
Hell yeah. Are you helping your husband pick up girls too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So, girls are a lot harder. I'll be honest. Guys are easy.
Well, yeah, we're dumb.
Girls are difficult because they're always like, they move in packs. So, and a lot of them have like, there's always some big issue or whatever. It's just more of a challenge. It's like, they want to sit and they want to chat for hours and that kind of thing. So yeah. Or the ones that do want to come back don't want to leave. So there's you gotta find somewhere in between.
Right. And there's always the friend who's jealous that they're not getting attention and be like, you can't leave me.
It's always something. Or like the crazy boyfriend that likes her, but she doesn't like him. And then all of a sudden they're being weird. That's happened before. So.
Oh, what happened? I want to hear the story.
Oh my gosh. This is a kind of a funny story. We had this was back in Orlando. We'd gone to like this local bar, just gone out to go out, like not planning on anything. And there was like, it was a pirate themed like Gasparilla. So out there in Florida, like Gasparilla is a big thing in Tampa. And so it's like this pirate themed event. And so they were doing a Gasparilla party in Orlando at this local hole in the wall bar. So we were all dressed up, and there was like a bunch of college kids in there, not dressed up. So I'm in this pirate slutty outfit and they're dancing. And so there's like 3 guys, and there was girls with them, but I didn't know. And so I was kind of dancing and talking with the guys, and I asked, my husband was like, you should see if the guys want to come back and go to the hot tub. So I'm like, okay. So I asked one of the guys if he wanted to go, that I was talking to, if he wanted to go back to the hot tub. And then I was talking to his friend, and I asked his friend if he wanted to go to the hot tub. And the guy I originally asked, like, looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, why are you inviting my friend? You invited me. And I was like, oh no, you guys all can come. And they're all just kind of like give each other these glances, like this big smile on their face. I was like, oh yeah. And so there was two girls with them. And so the girls ended up coming back to the house too. But then the girls, they were kind of being nice, but one of the guys liked one of the girls. So it just got to be a whole weird dynamic. And so the girl, because the guy didn't like the way the girl was acting, and she thought like my husband was like flirting with her, but he totally wasn't. He was just being nice. And so it got to be weird. And we finally were like, okay, you and y'all need to leave. And we told the other 2 of the guys, were like, you guys are welcome to stay. Y'all can go, whatever, no biggie. And they were like, oh no, we're staying. So they did. So we shooed the rest of them away. But
what happened to the rest of the night?
Oh, we had fun in the hot tub. Yeah. A little fun in the hot tub, and made a few videos that unfortunately I don't have releases, so I can't put them on my OnlyFans.
Oh, that's the worst.
I know. I swear, the hottest videos that I have are the ones I can't put up. I know. There's got to be a site somewhere you just like.
No, it's illegal.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. But I can watch them for myself, and they're super hot.
Why are you not getting releases before?
Well, a lot of times I do, but people don't want the videos to be shown. They want it for them, and they want it, I want it for me, but they don't want it to go up anywhere, which is totally fine. So,
well, you're a saint.
I know. It kind of sucks because I'm like, oh, that's so hot.
Well, it's like, this is also your business.
This was a while back, though. This was before I was even in industry, technically. So I wasn't even really thinking about that. Now I'm like, all right, sign right here. We're not going up.
You're signing this model release before we leave the bar.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the hard part though with that is that, everybody's got to be tested. So no one you meet in a bar is going to be tested. So obviously, you either use condoms or you don't go. So there's a lot of condoms, but a lot of people don't want to see that. But the only thing about that is it's more realistic. People want to see the random hookups, the meetups that are real.
Wait a minute, people use condoms on random hookups?
I do. I have to. I can't risk that.
I'm being an ass. No, use condoms. Be responsible.
Be responsible, kids.
I'm trying to think of like, over the course of my life, there's definitely been a couple random hookups where like,
oh, we've all had those.
Yeah. And there's a couple where like condom broke and like, well, we were both just still into it. And it's like, well, damage is already done.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody's had those in their life for sure. But now it's like, okay, I've got to shoot. I mean, it's always like I have a shoot next week. I can't risk. I can't risk that. So.
Can't risk the pool.
No.
That would be irresponsible.
Well, dangerous, but yeah.
Irresponsible, dangerous,
True.
I mean, the majority of things are just, around antibiotics, but you still don't want to have to put anyone out of work.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you don't show up to a shoot and you'd be like, yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah. It's just like, you don't want to be patient 0 for a porno cold.
Definitely not.
No.
People figure that out.
It's like, oh, who'd you work with? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It always happens after some sort of big event, it seems. You get the call because whatever performer is, or they need someone to fill in at the last notice. So after X-Biz or Exotica or whatever.
Well, yeah, especially I feel with the shows that fans are at, like some people maybe, banging some fans and not.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially, some of the old school male talent, like definitely just like, oh, you're down? All right.
There's a lot of collabing going on, let's just say.
Oh, yeah. But
That's the way it
I
goes.
feel like there's some collabing with fans that happens too sometimes.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I know nothing.
Well, and like, there's nothing wrong with people doing fuck fans, especially if like it's planned ahead of time and like people are getting tested.
Hey, that's the best content. People like that stuff because it's real.
Yeah, and they have a glimmer of hope that it could be them.
Yeah, because I get stuff all the time. People will message me on one of my sites and they'll be like, do you have any content that's not with performers? And I'm like, well, yes, I do. But that's what people want to see. Real stuff.
Well, yeah.
You can see the performer stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's readily available on the hub. Well, in the states that the hub's available in the states.
Gosh, it's more states now, right? In so many states.
I know.
Kind of sucks.
It may get worse. We'll see.
Right. We're not doing the politics talk.
No.
We talked about that.
No, we're not. We're not doing the politics. It's just,
But hopefully not many more states.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Invest in a VPN, people. Invest in
that's right. I mean, VPN, makes it pretty easy. It's not hard. And it's very cheap to get a VPN.
Yeah.
Probably should have it anyway.
Yeah.
It's a lot safer to have one.
It's like a digital condom.
Exactly. Oh, good reference. I like that.
Keep yourself a little safe.
You don't want people tracking your IP address anyway.
No. I do not want you people knowing where I live. Do not stalk me, please.
No stalking.
Taylor unfortunately knows where I live. It's too late.
I do. I will find you.
You already did. You're here.
Did.
You already found the place. I also think the fun part about like the fuck event scenes is like fans get to see how difficult the job actually is too.
Oh yeah.
Some of these fans fucking have to struggle. Like there's a camera on them. It's like, oh shit, this is real.
It's happened before. I had this one experience. It was something that I filmed, but it was before I was back in Texas, before I was in the industry and lifestyle thing. And a guy, I don't remember where I met, 3 Fun or one of the sites, So he comes over, young kid. I think he was like 20, and he was just talking. He was like, oh, I can last and I can do this. And, yeah, you can film it. And, I can just all about himself. And so, those are the ones you're like, okay, buddy. So what I used to do is I used to kind of do a little striptease. I'd wear something sex, like booty shorts. And sometimes we get in the hot tub. Sometimes I would do a little striptease and just kind of like, dance and grind on them a little bit. So then I started to, kind of grind on him and touch him. And so I kind of went down and started kind of taking his pants off, started like stroking on his cock, started, giving him a little bit of a blowjob, not a big one, just kind of a little bit. And I know the first time when they say, don't use your hand, you know what that means, right? Yeah, don't use your hand. So I'm like, okay, slow down a little bit. So I'm like, okay. And so then, we kind of get to the part, it's like, okay, you want to, he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'm going to go get a condom. So I got a condom and I said, do you want me to put it on you? And he was like, yeah. And so I would like literally went down. I was like, oh, fuck. I mean, just blew up all over me. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't even, I hadn't even touched him. He was so whatever. And so he's like, no, just give me a few minutes. I was like, thanks for playing, buddy. It was fun.
Young dudes, clean the pipes before you go to play.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
If you are looking to knock it out, first time go around, fucking clean the pipes earlier in the day.
Definitely.
Unless you're just some poor bastard who can only go once and then like you're done for 24 hours or some shit. But otherwise, yeah, clean the backup.
Yeah. Well, and then I had another one like not too long ago, and he was like, all right, so what I like to do is, blow job first and, get it and then do the second one. And then he can never get hard again after the blow job. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. He's like, oh, there's something, I had a work thing and it's like really in my head. And I'm like, sure you did.
I think he suckered you. He just wanted a blow job.
Maybe.
He's just like, oh, I don't have to give her shit now. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm good for 2, 3. He's like, I got mine. Fuck yeah.
It was fine, but he was good for a laugh.
Failure happens, premature happens to everybody. It fucking happens.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta keep the expectations low. This is why I tell everyone I just lay mediocre dick. Like, and if you're pleasantly surprised by it, cool.
Under promise, over deliver.
That's the plan. That is always the plan.
Absolutely.
And if it's like, oh well, that was mediocre, I'm like, I told you. I warned you. It was labeled.
I like that. That's definitely the way to go. I'm kind of like that too.
You promised mediocre dick?
No, I'm not I don't know. I'm not a big shit talker. I'm not a big like, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of modest on a lot of things. So,
but why?
I don't know. It's just me. It's just my personality. I'm always just kind of a laid back, go with the flow. So, I don't embellish a lot. It's just not me.
So you're just like, it's an okay time. You should come back from the bar with me.
Exactly. And then I just ride the shit out of him.
Like, I have a lukewarm hot tub.
That's right. Some warm beer.
Yeah. It'll be an okay time.
Be an okay time.
What are you doing here? You're just losing your money. You might as well come with.
That's right.
It'll be okay.
Bring your friends.
With enough of you, it'll be a little better.
That's right. I got 2 hands and 3 holes. Had to count for a second. It took me a minute.
You have more than 3 holes.
I do?
1.
Oh, ew.
I'm not saying that they need to be penetrated. I'm just saying you have more than 3 holes.
That should be a really small dick.
Well, they could just try to fire a round up there. No, don't do that. That'd be horrible. Just like,
Ew.
that'd be horrible.
I don't like it when it gets in my I don't mind it on my face, but when it gets in my eyes, I don't know what it is. I feel like, well, I don't know why that hurts so much when you get the sperm in your eye.
Well, I don't know firsthand. I mean. God, that'd be horrible. I have a beard. Like,
I don't know why sperm in your eye hurts so much. That's probably something I should Google.
The theory that someone else has laid out is the swimmers are trying to swim for.
That's what I said to someone the other day, and I like that's the dumbest comment ever. But I'm like, maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know.
Biology's stupid. We're not well designed.
Yeah.
Our most sensitive thing is just like out here in the open where it could be crushed.
This is true.
Biology's stupid. Biology's so dumb. I mean, for fuck's sake. The amount of dumb things I've done in my life because of biology, because my hormones are like, you're horny. You should fuck.
Oh, no.
You've never been there? You've never done something stupid in the name of sex?
Yes, I probably have a lot.
Just probably?
I don't know.
You're not certain?
I'm trying to think probably a lot of things. I don't know.
Oh, I bet there's something.
I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. I can't think of anything, but I'm sure there's a lot of horny things, usually public places kind of thing. So,
any public place that comes to mind?
I was leaving a swingers club actually in Texas, and we pulled over, and I would say I wouldn't call it a side of the road fuck because it was it was in the middle of an intersection. It was like this huge apartment complex, and it was like 2 a.m, and there was like. It was a big apartment complex at a very busy intersection, and we just literally like laid down in the grass and had sex. I was like, the whole time I was nervous about it, and then we got into it. So, yeah, it's pretty hot.
Why didn't you just fuck in the car?
I don't know. There wasn't a lot of room because it was more the exhibition of it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of hot.
I've never been an exhibitionist, so it's like in those situations, it's like, oh no, let's bang in the car and just get it done.
I would say I'm not an exhibitionist typically in like public places that it's not lifestyle or not like-minded people. So like not industry stuff. Now into something where people are in the industry and they're non-judging. Oh yeah. Sign me up. But
wait, are you worried about people's judgment?
Not so much anymore. I used to be like really worried about it, but not anymore really. But like you put me in the middle of like a vanilla bar, sometimes I get a little nervous.
Why?
I don't know. So in Vegas the other night, a couple nights ago, we went to this country bar. And they had this, I can't remember the name of it, but it was this huge country bar in Vegas. And they did this like bull riding thing. And so it was like this bikini bull riding. And so I did it. And normally like I don't do that kind of stuff, but I was like, screw it, I don't care. And so I get up there and I was like the only one like pulled my tits out. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to do it. And yeah, they did not like it. Well, because you're not supposed to. So it was more like get in trouble thing, but I was like, I don't care. So ask for forgiveness kind of thing. It was fun though.
What did they do? Did they kick you out?
No, they were like, they didn't start the bowl until I put my boobs back in. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you didn't pull them out mid-ride?
No, I mean, they just started and I pulled them out and then they stopped it. And so then I had to finish my ride. I had to put the girls away.
You should have been like, this is a stalemate. I'm just going to sit here topless on top of this bowl.
Exactly.
What are you going to do about it? You're going to wrestle the topless woman?
Exactly. pretty much. But
You shouldn't have relented. You should have been like, no, my tits are out. This is America.
They're like, here I am.
It's America. It isn't allowed to have tits out for free. This is a freedom of expression.
Be able to.
You can in some places.
Yeah.
New York City, you're allowed to walk around topless.
Austin, you were allowed to walk around topless.
Yep.
But it's all about like in a business, it's the establishment's rules. So I don't know if you can walk around topless on the street in Vegas. I'd probably not, but you can walk around with a drink. So
yeah,
I'll take the drink over topless, I think.
Well, same, seeing as I don't have tits, so no one's going to stop me from walking around topless, even if I wanted to.
I just wear something really sheer that might as well be topless.
Yeah. Like, no, there's just a top here. There's a millimeter of fabric between my nipple and the air.
Exactly.
So silly.
Yeah. Keeps you warm too.
I'll take your word for it. The alcohol is generally what I'm using to keep warm.
True.
How long were you in Texas?
My whole life, pretty much. So I was out here in LA for like 3-4 years, and then Texas pretty much the rest of my life until Orlando 3 years, and then now Vegas. So
Where in Texas?
Austin. So
Oh, yeah?
yeah, Austin's a cool city.
I love visiting there. I don't want to live there.
No?
No.
How come?
The fucking humidity, first and
Oh,
foremost.
it's pretty humid. Not like Florida, though.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to live in Florida.
You got humidity and hurricanes.
I've spent enough time in Florida. I do not want to live there.
Yeah.
I was stuck in Miami for 6 months at one point. I'm just like, please, can I go back to the West Coast, please?
Miami would be, I don't think I could live in Miami. It's tough. Tough city.
Not my favorite place.
No, me either.
I went back for XBiz in May and it was like, oh, this is the first time I've been here in over a decade. Like, there's still cool stuff here, but I don't want to live here. No.
How hot was that?
I was pretty
I
fucking
was
hot.
dying. I was dying. It was too hot.
It was pretty fucking hot. It was just like,
It was so hot and everything was outside.
yeah, I just hid in the shade with booze and just
Yeah.
like one of the rooms like right off the pool. I was just chilling there like on the patio, just like alcohol.
My very first scene I shot right around then, and they were like, it was like 100 degrees that day, and they were like, I get there and did my hair and makeup. I was all ready to go, and they're like, let's shoot outside. I was like, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, my very first scene shooting outside in 100 degrees. I was like, all right, here we go. Like makeup was like dripping, and then we get like kind of towards the end of the scene, and they were like, okay, we're gonna take our stills now. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I just looked at, it was with Kai Jackson. I looked and I was like, all right, here we go. You know, we were just both just like drenched.
What was the plan here? Like,
yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time, I'm sure. That one still hasn't come out yet. So now I'm wondering if like it's not come out because they're like, you guys just look awful the whole time.
y'all look sweaty.
Yeah, I was like, my ass was like, there was one point where we're like fucking on the end of a table outside, and I was just like sliding off the end of it.
Oh shit. So did you move to Orlando just for lifestyle or?
Yeah, I moved just because we were out there all the time with lifestyle stuff, and we just wanted to get out of Texas. And so Florida made the most sense, and we had a lot of friends out there. And so we moved. Unfortunately, where we moved, we kind of moved sight unseen. And so we didn't really know the area. So I'll never do that again. Bought a house, and then we hated it. So
I take it you went and scoped Vegas first.
yeah, so I didn't buy out there. So just kind of getting the feel of the area. But I like it. Yeah, we're like in Southwest area, so it's cool. It's cool. But you know, here's the thing: anywhere in Vegas, it's a big town, but it's still small. I mean, you can get anywhere in 20-30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So
I do miss that. I fucking miss that part of Vegas.
yeah, I mean, being 15 minutes from, like when I was in Orlando, I was an hour and 10 minutes from the airport. Now I'm 15 minutes from the airport. So I'm like, you just can go somewhere. It's like 15 minutes. It's easy. You can Uber everywhere if you want to. I personally, I'm not a big, I like my own car. I like to have my own car, but you can Uber somewhere if you know you're going to be like drinking a lot. So
yeah, which is a blessing. Because when I lived in Vegas, Uber wasn't really a thing yet.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because you said it was like 15. Yeah.
Yeah, I left in 2014. So
Okay.
they did have some services that you could call and people would drive your car and you back to your house in it.
I've heard of that. Yeah, that's back in the day.
Yeah.
There was something called like Sober Ride or
Yeah, it was something like that. It was great. It was just like, oh, well,
Pretty cool.
I'll just get back that way.
That would be nice. I would totally do that.
Fortunately, the rideshare companies have pretty much killed that service. I don't think there's much demand
That's
for
true.
it.
Yeah, probably not. It's so cheap to Uber.
Besides, like, it being a lot less industry and just older established performers at the time, it's just like, I felt it was a rough town to meet new people in.
Absolutely. Well, no, I mean, there's got to be local places to go. I don't know where those are, but You know, that's what you gotta learn is like where the local places to go, industry places, people in the, in the service industry as well. I just gotta figure out what those places are.
I found a bunch of those places, but the problem is a lot of people in Vegas are very cliquish because they expect you to be transient. Or they're transient themselves.
Gotcha.
People were just like, you had to have some time into Vegas before people were willing to invest in like a relationship with you because they're just like,
Oh, gotcha.
they think like, oh, you're going to be gone in a couple months. Why am I going to?
Oh, I guess that makes sense, but not a good thing, but it does make sense.
And it was just kind of part of like, in the 3 years I legally lived there, I think I met a handful of people I didn't know before I moved there. So
Wow.
it's like, and almost all of them are industry. It's just like, I feel the need to have some civilian friends.
Sure.
Like, you got to have a little bit of balance.
True.
Just a little grounded. Otherwise, it's just like, well, all we do is talk about fucking.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. There's some other things in life. There are some other things in life. And many things lead to the fucking.
That's true. That's true.
But you got to do things occasionally or you'll die of dehydration.
Yeah, especially in Vegas. It's like sucks it out of you in more ways than one.
Ba-dum-ba.
Yeah. I didn't realize that because like I didn't realize that until like my house has like this huge fish tank, right? I literally put 8 gallons of water in this fish tank every single week. I mean, it is a lot. And I didn't realize, I'm like, what is this doing to my skin? What is it doing to my So yeah, it's that weather just suck the life out of you.
Oh yeah. You see some like people that are born and raised in Vegas that have gotten a little too much sun and it's just like, ooh, you look a little leathery.
California raisin.
That's just like, girl, you need to be outside a little less.
For sure. Yes. I need to apparently you're supposed to put a humidifier in your house or a couple of them. So I need to do that.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the desert heat more than like the humid. Like, yes, it's like fucking sticking your head in an oven when you step outside, but I still prefer that to fucking stepping out in southern Florida and just be like,
Yeah, or just have someone come and rub lotion on me 24 hours a day. I'd prefer that.
I'm sure you can find someone to do that for you.
Rub me.
I'm sure if you
Grapes.
put that call out on Twitter, you would have a line down the block.
I could totally do that. That'd be awesome. I'm totally down with massages. So if I could find anybody to come just rub me down, I'd be down.
I think you could probably get this accomplished. I'm
Right.
gonna
get on that.
Just, an uneducated guess. I'm sure you could get some dudes to be like, what?
Hey, fellas.
I just get to put my hands all over you? Oh, okay.
Sweet. I love it. Bring lotion.
Do you prefer lotion or baby oil?
I'm not a big fan of baby oil, but like coconut oil I like. So not baby oil because it kind of just greasy and it doesn't soak in. So any kind of good oil though. There's all kinds of good oils.
There are.
Massage oil, massage lotions. Coconut oil is the best. I like that. People used to use that as lube in the industry. People don't use it anymore. I don't really know why, but
some people definitely still
it.
do.
I love it. I love coconut oil, especially in the pool.
I have definitely, as a PA, had to like slightly warm the coconut oil so it's not solid anymore.
Yeah. Rub it on your balls.
No.
It's the best for ball massages.
But yeah, but it's a little rude to massage it on my balls and then be like, by the way, here you go, talent. Just the PA.
You gotta warm it up somehow.
Fucking 5-10 seconds in a microwave, usually.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Have you gotten a chance to like experience any like other nightlife? You go see some music.
And we went to a comedy club there. We've been to a couple day clubs. Now it's fixing to get really crazy there with Formula One and stuff like that. But I don't know if we're gonna do anything with that. Sometimes it's those things come in town you kind of just avoid.
Oh, 100%.
We went to, I can't remember. It was at one of the little, kind of like a little indoor rave kind of thing this past weekend. It was like we saw Fatboy Slim. That was pretty cool. Nice. It was like the last night of the 4-day thing. So we kind of don't really do a lot of planning. We just kind of, well, look at that. They're here. Let's go. Let's walk in. So, but there's so much stuff going on. We were trying to figure out what we're going to do New Year's, but we were talking about Fiddy's playing at New Year's. So I'm like, I kind of want to go.
Big Fiddy fan?
Yeah. I love him.
Is hip hop mostly your jam or?
I love hip hop. Yeah, I used to do like the whole like house music kind of stuff, but now it's just, I could go to a rave, like I can do that, like outdoor festival kind of thing, but like I don't want to do so much like ravey clubs as much because it's a little like, ugh.
You don't want to be in a warehouse?
Not really. I'll do outside though. I like country. I do like the festival thing, but I'm kind of bougie in the way, like I want to be comfortable. Is that bad?
No. It's your life.
I want to like not have to wait in line 100 people for a drink, and I want to be somewhere to sit, and it's so bad.
Did you ever do South by while you were in Austin?
Yeah, I did that a few years, and I didn't do it the year that was like the mud people. That was like but yeah, South by was always fun, but it got to be, I mean, it used to be pretty cool. Then it got so crazy that it was just, I didn't really do it because same reason. It's like, okay, if I don't want to like fight in line. If you wanted to see someone, whoever the headliner was, I mean, you had to wait all day just to get decent area. So, I'll pass. Usually I'd leave town when South by came in town.
Some of my other Austin friends are like that too. Like, yeah, South by is the time to leave.
Yeah, a lot of people would rent out their house, like, Airbnb or whatever. But I don't want weirdos in my house.
Except for ones you meet at the bar.
All right, that's true.
Like,
Good point.
Sorry. Just like the weirdos I can supervise.
Yeah.
You don't want unsupervised weirdos in your house. I get it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want unsupervised weirdos in my house. Gotta watch them.
Have sex with them,
Then they'll try to steal shit when they leave.
Have you had that happen?
Yes.
The fuck happened?
I had someone at the house one time, and we had gone inside, and they were by the pool, and we had this drone out there, and they went out the next day, and the drone was gone. We checked the video, and this little kid, like young kid, I say little kids. They were young kids. They were like probably 20 or something. And we could see something under his shirt. And so we had their Twitter handle or something like that. And my husband messaged him, and he was like, I strongly advise you to, and they had driven 3 hours. So they were 3 hours away. They were like they were in West Palm. And he said, I strongly advise you, I'm being nice here. You need to get this. This needs to be overnighted to me. Like, send me the tracking number. It needs to be overnight. And there was a few more conversations, and you better believe they sent that motherfucker back. And I was like, I don't even want to know what you said. He was like, trust me, they sent it back. I would have not. I would have been like, so, hey, but no. He was like, I got that motherfucker, and it was crazy. It was a crazy story, but they sent this thing back, and they probably wish they hadn't taken it.
How dare you come into my house, fuck my wife, and steal my drone? How dare you?
Well, and what's funny is we didn't even really get too far past that because we kind of sent them away early because they were kind of being weird, and so maybe that's why they took it.
Did you send them away before or after fucking?
Well, there was a little starting like outside in the hot tub, but we didn't really because they were kind of being. One of the guys was kind of being jerky, so we were like, "Oh, run along," I don't like that. I don't like jerky guys.
I'm right here. Thanks.
You're not jerky.
Thanks. You haven't hung out with me socially. Other people very much attest to that.
That's the biggest turnoff for me, I would say, is guys that are conceited. I hate that. It's the worst. I mean, the best could have the best looking guy, hot, fit, whatever. And I had one guy one time, and he says, "Oh, you like this?" And I go, "No, I don't." Not even a little bit. I don't like it. So,
well, it's a fine balancing act of being confident and cocky.
That's true.
Because I'm sure if some dude was like, wait, you like me? You wouldn't. Okay,
that's true. Yeah.
You wouldn't be down with that either, right?
No, that's true. You gotta have a little confidence. But the minute that turns to cocky, I hate that. Industry too, though. That happens in the industry. You get a lot of cocky people out there, and it's just, I don't like that.
Well, for sure. You have people that obsess over their bodies and have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people telling them that they're hot. Mm-hmm. It has to get to your head at some point.
I don't think so. I mean, I think you can be conscious of your appearance and not be cocky, not be an asshole to people, well, not portray that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I respect the hell out of some of these people, like what they do to keep their bodies in shape and their discipline and all that. But I mean, I like to drink. I like to eat. And so like, I feel like I work out so that I can eat and drink. So lifestyle is crazy for that because you got these people that do all these shows and fitness and whatever. They are not fun people to be around.
Oh yeah.
They're awful to be around.
Well, the last thing you want about is like, oh, sorry, hold on, I got to go eat 4 ounces of chicken.
Exactly. Like I'm doing my meal prep for the week, and like I can't eat anything, I can't drink, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. And they never can do that. It's not like maybe they have a cheat day or whatever, but it's like they can't just hang out and have drinks and be fun.
I read in some fitness article forever ago. It's like, oh, if you want like the Marvel superhero body with the abs and all that shit, and you're just gonna have to give up giant chunks of your life to be able to maintain that.
And you do. And I mean, don't get me wrong, more power to those people. Like mad respect for the people that can have that kind of discipline, but it's just not for me.
I have no respect for those people. Yeah. Why? I understand when you're an actor and it's like, this is your job to do this for a role.
For a role, absolutely.
And like, I understand making that sacrifice for a multi-million-dollar part and it being your role. But if you're just like, oh, I'm going to give up significant portions of my life, significantly important things about the human existence just for six-pack abs.
Yeah, no.
And you're probably going to be a miserable cunt to be around. The whole time.
True.
Ribs are delicious, man. Eat them.
Hell yeah. Oh, ribs are so. Now I want ribs.
Well, unfortunately, we're in LA, and well, it's still
no good barbecue here.
There is some good. Some. Vegas is actually kind of void on good barbecue.
Yeah, there's a place called Lucille's. It's supposed to have really good barbecue, but I have not.
Lucille's is a chain.
Is it?
It's a chain.
Oh, I didn't know that. It smelled really good. I went in the other day and just got something to go, but it wasn't. I didn't get a bunch of barbecue. I just got something small. And I was like, it smells really good in here.
No, it's decent, but it is a chain.
But not compared to like Texas barbecue.
No. Where was there used to be a spot like in like Town Square that was actually pretty decent.
Oh, really?
I think it may have closed down, but yeah, like I'll eat at Lucille's, but it's not
great.
It's not bad, but it's not like, oh my God, I need to fucking.
Yeah, like some of the places in Texas.
Yeah.
Like Franklin's or whatever.
Blackson, like Lockhart.
Oh, place was good.
Yeah.
There was a place, and it was owned by a guy who used to play for the Longhorns, Casey Studdard, and it's down in like Dripping Springs, and it had the best bar. He opened his own bar. It was so good. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really good.
That is one thing I do like when I visit Texas, like the barbecue. Oh, the fucking barbecue.
I like to smoke a brisket.
Good peppery bark on it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite shit.
Me too.
Spot in Dallas called Lockhart Smokehouse. That's in the Arts District. That's always really good. I mean, I know all the really fucking famous places are in like Austin or just on the outskirts of Austin.
Yeah. San Antonio's got some good barbecue places too.
Yeah. It's just, but the problem is barbecue is fucking expensive too. It's like, these are all garbage cuts of meat. This is all what was given to ranch hands back in the day. This is what the farmer didn't keep for them fucking selves. And it's like, the reason you had to cook it low and slow is because otherwise, yeah, it's inedible. And now it's just like, oh, would the two of you like to eat? It'll be $100.
I know, right? You're like, what?
This is the shit they used to throw away.
That's true.
But I mean, that's the crazy part. Like lobster too. Lobster used to be a poor man's meal.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because they're sea cockroaches.
I love lobster.
I do too. It's delicious. But it's still sea cockroaches.
I didn't think about they are bottom dwellers, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, no. They're in the same family as fucking roaches.
Really?
Yeah.
Ew.
Delicious.
Now I'm going to think about that next time I eat some.
Lobsters and cockroaches are both arthropods and share a common ancestor that lived in the ancient oceans about 525 to 600 million years ago. Yep.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Next time I go to the Palm and order the 6-pound cockroach, please.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have 3 cockroach tails, please.
Ew.
Hey, I'm of the opinion of like, you cook it right, I'll eat it.
Not so much. I always wanted to go on The Amazing Race, but I'm like, I don't want to go eat weird stuff. So if I have to go on there and then I have to eat something weird to like win the stage, I don't think I could do it.
What's considered weird?
Like bugs.
I've had big ants before.
I don't think I could eat bugs or like just something like slimy like those big larvae. I couldn't do that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like those big like maggot looking, not maggots, but like couldn't do it.
Yeah, big larva, I'm not sure I could do, but
like crickets, I couldn't do that. Like,
it depends on the prepared.
I mean, maybe if you like the way they usually have them, like on the street food, is like they have them on a stick, you know, and they're like smoked and grilled. And I still couldn't do the part where like you bite into them and then like the guts squish.
Yeah,
I don't want that part. If it was just crispy, crunchy, I probably could do that.
Well, and then, like when I had the bullet ants, I had
those are the big ones, right?
Yeah, the big ants. I had them when I was in Colombia.
How do you eat them? Well,
they're roasted in like like in salt. So they're just crunchy and salty. I mean, they definitely still look like fucking ants.
Yeah, with the salt. It really should just taste salt, right?
Yeah, it was just salt and crunch. Like, very nutritious. It's supposed to be an aphrodisiac.
Does it like have protein? Is it protein?
Oh yeah, it's all protein.
Okay.
Some YouTube channel did a.
Next time I was training on a desert island, I remember that.
It's all protein. It's good for me. Some YouTube channel I saw recently was like, realized that the reason like crabs and lobsters are delicious is because they're so much bigger than insects.
Okay.
And like you can get at the meat.
Right.
Lobster exoskeletons and insect exoskeletons are made of the same thing, but we just don't eat the shells.
Oh.
So like if insects were bigger and there were more meat to them and like you could scoop out the meat, it would taste like lobster. It would taste like shrimp or lobster or.
I don't know how we could test that theory, but
he tried to. I think he tried to like steam like some insects.
Yeah, and get the stuff out. But,
yeah.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
My opinion is like if I'm traveling abroad, like if they're serving it in a restaurant, I'm gonna try it. It wouldn't be on the menu if someone wasn't eating it.
Okay, I'm not gonna eat like monkey brain or anything like that. Like, what was the movie? Was it
Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones. Okay, I can't do that.
Well, eating brains in general is probably not the best move.
Yeah, and not when like the monkeys are alive. Like that's awful. No, not doing that.
But I've had horse.
You have?
Yeah, I ate horse sashimi last time I was in Japan.
No way.
Yep.
Oh, I rode horses growing up, so that's awful for me.
Probably not that horse. It's fine.
Probably not that. All right, I'll give you that.
I mean, it'd be really weird if they imported your horse to Japan and then butchered it.
I mean, like, you have your dog. You're a dog person. You don't want to eat dog, so
Depends on how it's prepared.
Ew, that's mean. That's mean. I don't want to do that.
I don't particularly want to, but it's one of those things where like, if it's a delicacy where I'm at and it's part of the culture, I'm going to try it once.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Apparently there's bamboo rats that they serve in Vietnam.
Really?
And the bamboo rat like goes for more per pound than fucking Wagyu.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Part of it is just how intensive it is to breed them. And part of it is also that like,
I wouldn't think it'd be hard to breed rats. Like
they're big fucking rats.
Oh, big rats.
Yeah, they're bamboo rats. Like so, like
it's like a nutria.
Almost. It's not quite nutria size.
They used to have nutria like in the rivers.
A bamboo rat weighs about 8 pounds. So it's a big fucking rat.
Head weighs 8 pounds.
Yeah, they can reach up to about 50 centimeters long with a tail length of 20 centimeters and can weigh up to 4 kilos. So 8.8 pounds, almost 9 pounds.
Big.
Yeah.
It's a pretty damn big rat. I'm glad it's not in my house.
No. Well, I mean.
I used to have a pet rat, though.
Aw.
Yeah. Heidi. She was like best friends with, that was actually one of the best pets I've ever had. She was so smart and potty trained and like our Chihuahua, that was like her baby. So they would run around the house all day and they would play and you'd pet her and she would lick your finger. Like if you stop petting, she'd like lick your finger to get used to. I mean, sweetest animal. But yeah, rats don't live very long. They only live a couple years old. So
no.
She one day she got out of the house and we couldn't find it. We looked for probably a day and a half, like we couldn't find her. So yeah, Heidi was gone.
She's running free now.
Well, probably not, but
no,
a lot of coyotes around there. So
probably some outdoor cat.
Well, we would see, there was a lot of coyotes in Texas and we would always see these people that would post the signs of like missing cat. We're like, yeah, that cat's gone.
Yeah, that cat's in someone's digestive tract now.
Pretty much, yeah. The coyotes on the golf course out there looked pretty hungry, so they were not gonna. They're funny. Coyotes are weird. They act like dogs. One will come out. If you haven't seen them do this, one will come out and they'll act like a dog and they'll wag their tail. And what they'll do is if there's a dog, they'll act like a dog and they'll pull this dog back, and then the pack will like attack. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh no.
Have you seen that?
They're shifty and like.
Yeah.
You're in LA. You'll see them on just neighborhood streets.
Mm-hmm. And they act like a dog. Yeah.
I remember like being out late night in Beverly Hills and just like, is that 2 coyotes? Yeah, that was just 2 coyotes just rolling down a neighborhood street in Beverly Hills. Like, I'm going to close my door now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need them in my kitchen.
I was in a car. I was like, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go get in my car now. I'm gonna let them go do their coyote things before they decide that, like, yeah, we're not afraid of this human.
I don't want to know what coyote things are, but
I'm pretty sure murdering small animals and fucking. Well, that's pretty much their life.
I mean, I'll do the second one, but not the first.
Well, you probably should. I mean, if you don't do the second one, you might be out of a job.
True.
Kind of fucked up. You're like, I'm a porn star who doesn't fuck at all. Like,
Sure, there have been stranger things.
Like, I don't touch my genitals. I'm completely disinterested in sex.
Mm.
Then again, I'm sure there are some OF accounts that are like that.
There could be some kind of weird kink with that. I don't know. I've had some weird requests on I've had some weird non-sex requests on some of my sites before.
Like, what are some of the weirdest?
I have a big Jeep, and I posted a photo of like topless photo in a Jeep, and I had someone message me, and they said, "Oh, so you have a Jeep with like big, Mickey Thompson tires, da da da." And he says, "Do you ever hit things in the road?" So I'm going, "Hit things in the road? Like, what do you mean? Like children?" No, he's like, "No, like if you see a can or whatever, do you like try to hit it?" I'm like, "Not really, because I don't know what that is in the road." So now I'm like, okay, who wants me to say, yeah, I hit things in the road? So I'm like, yeah, okay, if I see a bag, I try to hit it. So he's like, what about food? Do you like food, to run over food? And I'm like, okay. So he's like, well, would you get some food and run it over and send it to me? So I'm like, all right, well, what do you mean? So he wanted me to get bags of like chips, candy, cookies. So I got all this stuff. I got like beef jerky, like I got like a honey bun, but some of the stuff he wanted like up in the tires. And so it's the middle of summertime in Florida and it's 100 degrees outside. So I'm running over honey buns in my driveway, filming it, like cookies, like soft batch cookies are like up in the tires. And I'm like literally with my finger, like picking a honey bun out of the tire and then trying to stuff it back in the package, putting it all in a box and then send it to him. Then he was like, after I sent it to him, he's like, "Oh my God, this is awesome. This is awesome." So he ate it all. And then he wanted more stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the whole point. But then he wanted to know that I tell my friends about it. So he's like, "Did you tell people?" And I was like, "Yeah, I sure did. And I'm telling people right now."
Talking about it on a podcast.
Talking about it right now. I had another guy that wanted me to eat him. It was kind of weird. I had to Google that one. Like consume, like it's like I think it's called vor.
Yeah.
There's different aspects of it. There's like the Jeffrey Dahmer one where you're like chopping someone up and cooking them. And then there's like the consuming them whole, which that's the one he wanted. Like I think it's a lot of cosplay, like alien kind of.
You're a giant snake.
Yeah, but then I'm like, okay, so after I eat you and we do this whole texting thing and, like what, like, are we just done then? Or like what happened?
You got to poop him out.
Ew.
You can't keep him inside you.
No, but then like, how do we get back? I eat him again or
You eat your own poop?
No, but like, okay, so after we're done, like that's the extent of it. What do you do after that?
Wipe?
No, but I mean like the conversation's over.
Oh, no, he just gives you his routing number. Just withdraw what you need.
Perfect.
Obviously.
I'd never done that one before, but that was kind of fun.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna eat the man, get it, get his pen, get everything you need financially from him.
I like it.
Then you're done with him. You ate him. Like you can't talk. It's just like eating a good steak. You can't talk to the steak after you're done with it.
He was in my stomach for a little while. We were talking about him giving me sustenance.
I thought that was going to go to indigestion. I'm like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Just
we didn't go that far, but
was he talking about how he affected your gut biome?
No,
I'm a probiotic.
That would be nice. We all need that, right?
Exactly. My proteins will help you build new muscles.
Oh, I didn't think about that. He's becoming one with me.
I'm pretty sure that's what he wanted.
I think so. That's interesting. There's always interesting requests. I had another one. I had a heart doctor, and he wanted me to film a custom video where I had a heart attack, but it was not sexual at all. It was the symptoms and the different scenes and in the morning. And so I really had to research the symptoms of a heart attack. And then I had to like rip open my shirt at the end, like, you know, and like that's what he like the reviving. And I had to do where I had to have someone pretend they were reviving me with like a what do you call it? Like the paddles. And so that I did that video once. So, but it was more the symptoms and the heart attack thing that was the turn on. Thought it was interesting.
Or he's using it for his classes. Like
maybe.
So students. It's the only way they can pay attention in class.
I didn't think about that one.
This is educational.
That could have been it.
Taylor, are you an educator? Did you just realize you're an educator?
No, that was like the what was the movie that did the porn?
Oh, fucking The Girl Next Door.
The Girl Next Door. I love that movie.
I literally watched it last week.
You did? That was on the other day and I watched it. It's one of those movies like if it's on, you just watch it because I love what is it, Alicia Cuthbert, and then my God, the boy, and then the guy from Justified. I can't remember his name is, but
Walton Goggins. No, Timothy the Oliphant.
Timothy Oliphant. Yeah,
Walton Goggins, the other one from.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, I love Timothy Oliphant.
He plays such a scumbag in that movie.
He's such an asshole in that movie.
It's like his whole run from like the late 90s to early 2000s is like just the scumbag dude, like because he's the drug dealer in Go.
Right.
You've seen Go, right?
Yep.
I love that. I love that movie.
It's a good movie. I need to watch that one again. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
It holds up. It absolutely holds up.
That's one of those ones like I haven't seen it in a while, so it's like it'll be brand new to me again. So
he's the drug dealer in that. Like he's just a scummy dude in like so many fucking movies.
Yeah, he plays a good asshole.
Well, as he's gotten older, he's like gotten more respectable roles, but like 20 years ago, it was just like, oh, okay, we need a like sketchy looking scumbag. Timothy Oliphant, welcome.
Trying to think what he's been in recently, but
I do not know exactly, but we can Google such things.
It's weird. I think movies not really being in the theater so much have really changed things. Like with, you know, Netflix and all that. It's just you don't really go to I don't think a lot of people really go to the theaters and see movies recently. I used to a lot, but not so much.
It's one of those things where like it's got to be kind of an event for me to want to.
Yeah.
It's kind of a guilty pleasure, but like the last thing I saw in theaters was Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay,
I would see that in the theater. I saw it's been a while, but I did see something more recent. I can't remember what it was, but I saw the Avatar movie, but in IMAX.
Nice.
Which was badass, by the way. That was definitely worth seeing in IMAX. It was so cool. I watched it since then, like just on TV. It was not the same movie.
The last movie he was in was Amsterdam in 2022.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't see that movie.
A lot of people didn't see that movie.
Never heard of it. That one in the new Joker movie.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the first one because it was so. I did watch it. It was awful.
Todd Phillips like just decided to do whatever the fuck he wanted to do with that IP. He's just like, oh, the first one I'm gonna make a Scorsese film, and then decide to give a giant middle finger to the whole fan base on the second one.
I didn't really like the first one, so if the first one was bad, if I thought the first one was bad, the second one, I'm sure it was really bad.
Well, the second one's a completely different movie. Maybe you'll enjoy the second one.
Maybe I will. Although he did say it was the worst movie he's ever made.
It's wild. It's wild to like the idea as an artist that, hey, you made a thing that was very commercially successful. We are going to give you carte blanche to do what the fuck you want with this, this property. Give you millions of dollars to do it. And you're going to intentionally sabotage it because you just don't want to keep doing them.
Wow. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. He intentionally made a bad movie.
The middle finger.
Yeah.
Wow. And they released it even? They even like...
Too much money tied up in it.
Sometimes people go see it because it's so bad. They're like, we just got to see it and determine.
Oh, yeah. Like The Room. You know The Room, right?
Mm-hmm.
That movie to this day is probably made its budget back how many times over just from the theatrical, like the cult following of that movie.
True.
I don't know if, Joker 2 is going to have that cult following.
Yeah.
Been pretty universally panned. Mind-boggling to me to be given that kind of opportunity to be like, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck this. I didn't want to do this. They made me do it because of the contract.
Yeah.
To pass on the opportunity to make millions of dollars down the road just in the name of like, no, I'm only doing this because I contractually had to. I hope we get back to like things being in theaters because I think the movie going experience is just fucking magical.
I think it is too. I think it's fun to go to a theater. A big theater, like some of the theaters that now you go to, they're so small, and you're like, I could just watch this at home. My TV's almost this size, but I think that big theater feel is fun. And but to me, I love the recliners. I like to have a drink, like the whole like drinking in a movie, like it's totally my style.
Oh, I was doing that even when you weren't allowed to.
Yeah, well, of course, like you sneak in the little bottles, whatever. But
Fucking flask it.
yeah, I love the where you can go order food and you big recliners, bring a blanket, like that kind of thing. But that's kind of fun.
I feel like you with a blanket, you're not paying attention to the movie the whole time.
Probably not, but
there's some grainy fucking interior camera footage of a blanket going up and down.
That may have happened. I don't know.
I hope you know. I hope you know. I hope.
I might.
So, like, maybe plead the fifth. The statute of limitations haven't, quite expired yet.
Give the people a show behind me.
I haven't done that shit in forever. Like,
I haven't been to a theater. Like I said, I've been to a theater to see like an adult movie, like not an adult, but like a nighttime movie where that could even happen. So, but I'm sure Vegas has got some great theaters.
Yes, there's some good theaters. My big beef with most of the theaters in Vegas is you have to go through the fucking casino to get to them.
Oh, that's true.
I used to watch movies at Red Rock all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you got to cut through the whole fucking casino to get to the goddamn theater.
Is that where they steer you through the gift shop to like, yeah.
That was also part of my beef with living in Vegas. Like, you have to go through casinos to go to do so much.
Everything. Yeah. And then pay to, I mean, I haven't even got my Vegas driver's license yet, but I'm like, okay, I need to get this because then you get free parking at pretty much everywhere. So if you don't have a Nevada driver's license, you can't take part of all the local stuff. Well,
and on top of it, they give people bounties for turning in their neighbors for not having their plates registered.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. 100% it is the thing. If your neighbors realize that like you just recently moved in and you haven't re-registered your vehicles, they could turn you into a constable that will fucking put a boot on your car and
How long do you have to register?
I don't know.
Shit. Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
Yeah, do it. Because when I first moved there, I had just re-registered my plates in Illinois like 2 months earlier. Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't want to pay a whole new fucking registration.
It's not cheap in Vegas. I want to say I remember in Texas, it was like $75 a year.
Yeah.
I remember it was like whatever. Florida was more, a couple $100, but I want to say Vegas is like, it's like $500 to register your car.
It's based off the blue book value of your car.
Really? Well, that sucks.
Yeah. So if you're driving like some fucking supercar.
Oh yeah, I'm not. So I'm good.
Yeah. But progressively it gets cheaper every year.
Oh, okay.
Because it's based off the blue book value.
Cool. I have a not older Jeep. I have a relatively new Jeep, but I've done a lot of mods to it, so that's not factored in blue books.
Right. Like that's not off the retail value.
Sweet. I like it.
Yeah, it gets prohibitively expensive when you first get a new car.
Oh, I can't imagine. I guess it's like it's like basically paying taxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it makes up that you have no state income, but you're coming from Florida where you also had no state income tax.
And Texas where it has no state income
tax.
So
I understand why you don't want to live in California. You're just like, I just don't want to pay state income tax.
No, I don't.
It all makes sense now.
And property taxes were crazy in Texas though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Florida too. Florida, what's getting bad is the homeowner's insurance. It's like, it's not even it's impossibly unaffordable now.
Well, and from what I understand, in some places, like it's just uninsurable. You can't get, it got so bad, you can't get insurance at all. Like drop. You never even had a claim, they just get dropped. And so I think my insurance on our house there went up 300-400% over 1 year and with no claims. And you're just like, how can anybody afford that? And we weren't even in a place where there would be really hurricane. We weren't even coastal. We're like inland. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not even in a floodplain. Okay.
Whole state's becoming uninsurable.
That's exactly the case. So what do you do? I don't know.
Leave.
Guess what I did?
Got the fuck out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just have to worry about the occasional earthquake in Vegas. But it's not like even here.
There's earthquakes in Vegas?
Yeah, but it's few and far between.
I was filming in LA not too long ago and there was an earthquake and it was like, ooh. I was like, wow, weird.
You're like, did you feel that?
It was amazing. Was it good for you? It's good for me too.
You're so good. I felt the earth move.
Woo! That's right.
We all long to hear that. We all long to hear that you made the earth move. That's before all this, like, did you ever have any ambition to like do mainstream films?
Never. I didn't even watch porn.
No, I mean like mainstream.
Oh, mainstream films. Not really. I really like the acting part of it though. Like I would love to do, I mean, obviously now I would love to do mainstream films. It would be really cool. It would be something I'd be right up my alley because I love the acting part of it. So if the opportunity ever presented itself, I would be 100% on board. It's really fun for me. I like the dialogue stuff. I like the feature stuff. That's what I want to do. So, you know, the more films I have the opportunity to actually have some lines and dialogue, like I love it.
So are you gonna try to like find a like, you know, commercial Hollywood agent and like try to go out for some like real?
I hadn't thought about it, but sure, that's a great idea.
I mean, what's stopping you? You're
I don't
here.
know. Yeah, I mean, sure. I just got here, so yeah. Sign me up. I would love to do it. You know what, actually what I really love to do too is I love doing like promotions, hosting. I used to do a lot of that stuff in the lifestyle, like going to events and getting on the mic, hosting games and just kind of promoting brands, marketing, like that kind of stuff. I love it. I love talking to people. So I love, you know, like having a microphone, interviewing people, whether it's just going up to someone at an event and welcoming them, making people feel comfortable to be there. So I used to love to do that for lifestyle, especially because there'd be so many couples and it would be their first time there. And I'd be like, I can tell they're uncomfortable. And so it would just take someone coming up and being like, hey, asking them about themselves, welcoming them to the event. And I would love to do that stuff. And that's really important at an event like that because you want people to be comfortable. So I love to do that.
Hell yeah. Have you thought about doing the red carpet interviews at some of the?
Oh, I'd love to do that. That would be so fun.
What's stopping you?
I don't know.
What is stopping you?
I don't know. I'll be at Avian. I'll be at XBiz and all that. So maybe there'll be an opportunity.
Hey, go work the carpet and just be like, Taylor Vixxen here. What's going?
Who are you?
What are you wearing tonight?
What are you wearing?
Who are you wearing?
What's your craziest sex experience? Although, you know what would be actually fun now that I'm in Vegas is there's a lot of opportunity to do that kind of stuff on Fremont.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I need to go film some content and do some interviews, public interviews. Like, I totally could do that there. That would be, I could think of some really cool stuff I could do.
Why aren't you doing it?
Well, I might, because I'm here right now, but maybe this weekend.
Wait, you're here right now?
I think.
Oh, no.
I would love to do that. I gotta get my little camera set up and the only problem with that is that you got to get releases and all that kind of stuff. So it's that logistics part of it is a little challenging, but
the move is have someone there as like a PA with you, just a clipboard full of releases and just.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Easy.
Just boom, boom, boom. Just have them sign.
Most people don't have a problem with it if it's not like sexual stuff. You know, it's easy. They're just like, okay, I'm not saying anything weird.
Exactly.
But then if they don't say something weird, then you don't want them on anyway. You're like, I need weird stuff.
You know, do multiple takes.
Yeah.
Cream rise to the top. Do as much as possible and
let the cream rise to the top. Someone said that on. Oh my God, who said that today on Twitter? Someone put that on Twitter today, and
I think it was Blake Blossom.
It was Blake Blossom. I saw that too. She put that, and I was like, "Where did I hear that today?" Yeah, she did. She put that, and she goes, "Let the cream rise to the top." And I was like, all right.
Oh, shit.
She's a sweetheart.
Blake's fucking out here doing, oh, no.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
No, she just inceptioned me.
Oh, really?
Well, via Twitter. Like,
oh.
Thanks, Blake. Just putting words into my brain. Thanks, Blake. Thanks. Dial it back to the lifestyle. Like, how'd you get into the lifestyle?
Me?
Yeah. Not me. I'm not in the lifestyle.
It's a crazy story. So before I met my husband, I didn't even know anything about the lifestyle. And I didn't even like sex at all. Like, I was like sexually repressed.
Boo.
I know. It was awful. I didn't even like sex at all. Like,
you grew up religious or?
No, I just didn't. never met someone that like I enjoyed it with. Like I wasn't even allowed to have not allowed, I say allowed. I couldn't even have a vibrator because he was like intimidated by it.
Well, that's horrible.
I know. So I'd had them before. So whatever. Fast forward, met my husband, and he was not in the lifestyle either, but we just started talking about like fantasies in bed. And so he would talk about uh sexual fantasies and talk about other girls, other guys. But when he would talk about other guys, I would get really turned on, and that would make me come really fast. And so I would always, when I would talk back, I would always bring it back to girls because that was safe. I was always thinking like, oh, if I talked about guys, he'd be like, oh, I knew it.
Right. He's just like, you cheating whore.
Exactly. So I would bring it back to the girls. But anyway, come to find out, the whole multiple partners swinger thing was just such a turn on for me, guys and girls, And so we just explored that more and went to like a club, like a swinger club in Texas, started joining some Facebook groups and things like that.
How was that first club experience? Like, how'd that go?
Weird, totally weird. It's kind of like a junior high dance.
Okay.
Yeah. And Austin Club was kind of, but it depends on if there's like single guys or couples.
But for your first time, like how'd it go?
It was okay. I think we just kind of like, kind of hung out like us, and then we just kind of like more like exhibition. It was kind of fun, but we had a lot of club experiences since then, and have had everything in between, and had some really fun club experiences. So, yeah.
But between the two of you, when you first started getting into lifestyle, which one of you got to experience swinging first? Who hooked up first?
We did a lot of couple experiences at the beginning. So most of the stuff we did at the beginning was both of us. So it'd be both of us, him with the girl and me with the guy, which here's the thing, those are really hard. A lot of couples are in the lifestyle for that. For us, we don't really like that so much because both of us like to watch the other one. And so if you're swapping, let's say you're like a couple and you're swapping, you want to be into what you're doing. You can't watch the other one. It's really hard to be into what you're doing and also watch the other. So it's really hard. That's why singles are fun.
Well, if you two face to face, both in doggy, everyone could watch everyone.
Yeah, but it's not. I guess like if you make it more like an orgy, yeah, but it doesn't really happen that way that often. But I guess you could, yeah, if you make it more like a group thing, yeah, I guess you could do it like that.
Instead of everyone just like, okay, we're gonna go to our rooms, see in a few.
Not separate rooms, not necessarily separate rooms. You're still in the same area, but let's just say you're on separate beds or whatever. Right. Let's say, or even just separate areas, but you're still together. It's still hard to be focused on what you're doing, but also focused on your partner too. That's hard. And here's the hard part. So you got 4 people. I have to like the guy. My husband has to like the guy, and him liking me and the way he likes me. He has to like the girl. She has to like him. Her husband has to like the way my husband looks at her and the way she likes. Everybody can't be, no one can be, self-conscious about this or that. It is like a 12-way, I don't even know. It's like a 10-way connection or whatever the math goes. It's impossible. It is impossible to have everybody on the same wavelength.
But you managed to get it done occasionally.
We managed to get it done occasionally.
Well, good on you. Shit.
Yeah.
As someone who's
more times than not.
Hell yeah.
So,
as someone who's never been a swinger, I am all for like non-monogamous relationships, but I've never been like interested in like, oh, hey, I'm going to go pick up people with my partner, and like I'm not turned on by watching my partner be intimate with someone else. Like, it doesn't bother me that it happens. But it's not a turn on for me.
There's a difference between intimacy and sex, though.
Well, for sure. But watching my partner get railed isn't a turn on for me.
I get that. And that's
like, once again, not bothered it happened.
Yeah.
Primarily I date performers. It's just like,
yeah,
it'd be a giant hypocrite like, how dare you? How dare you?
How dare you?
No, like this shit doesn't bother me, but it's just like it's not like, oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I get that.
And I'm not knocking the lifestyle in any way, shape, or form. Like, everyone needs to find out what works for them.
Yeah. Well, we're constantly evolving. The big thing is communication and like what's hot, what's not. If you don't like something, say it. We're constantly the stuff that we do now versus when we started is completely different. So, but also we also know that it might not be this way forever. We might decide we don't like it anymore or whatever. So just kind of going with the flow.
No, for sure. Now, what happens if like you decide tomorrow, like, hey, the lifestyle's not for me anymore?
We've actually talked about that before. I don't think that will happen because I don't think it will just be like we don't like it for whatever reason. There may be we don't like going to parties or we don't like going to, having people at the house or we don't like doing whatever. I mean, that could potentially happen. But I think we're married to each other. So that's not gonna we're both very open with each other as far as what we like and what we don't. So
that's awesome.
We flow well together.
That's awesome. Like that's a healthy fucking relationship.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it where some people like one person's being into a lifestyle or, into being more exploring their sexuality more than the other partner. One partner's just kind of going along with it because they're afraid of losing their partner. They're not as
I mean, most girls in the lifestyle.
You said that, not me.
That's a big red flag for us. That's always like, it's the funniest thing. We see a lot of people new to the lifestyle, and you always know when it's the girl that it's in it for the guy because it's like, oh, we only like girls. My, and then the girl will be like, or the guy will say, my wife doesn't like. She only likes my cock. We're like, yeah, keep telling yourself that, dude. Yeah, she only likes your cock. Okay,
sure.
But it's couples that get into it because he just wants to fuck other girls.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, And then the girls are too self-conscious because they're in this weird relationship where they don't feel like they can like anybody else but their man. They're doing it for their man. And then, the guy's like, whatever, he's got small dick or something. And like, I don't know, but he's just tries to get his rocks off and just be with other girls. And so that's a huge red flag for us. And actually it's a red flag for most people in the lifestyle. They see that and they're just like,
oh, it should be a giant red flag.
Yeah.
It absolutely should be a giant red flag. Like no one should have to be coerced into doing something that they're not completely enthusiastically down with.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're exploring stuff like that, everyone involved should be enthusiastic about it. Not just like, yeah, this is cool. They're like, no, like, fucking, this is awesome.
Yeah. Just to break it down, it's very obvious when the guy part of the relationship doesn't care about the woman being pleasured or being happy or her desires. It's very, very, very obvious.
I can only imagine. Probably shouldn't be in a relationship then.
Yeah. Or the people that get in the lifestyle to fix their relationship.
Seems like a horrible idea.
Let's fuck other people because that'll fix our problems.
How often does that end in like one or the other of them leaving the other one?
Always. 100%. How
often have you seen people just be like, oh, we're in the lifestyle, and then all of a sudden they're just exiting with someone else, like permanently?
It happens. So, yeah, it happens.
That's crazy.
We see it a lot. Like they're just dating and then like they're in the lifestyle. We're like, that's kind of weird. I mean, I guess that happens. I guess if you've already been exposed to it, then that's cool. Like you've already been around it, that you can date someone in the lifestyle. But I think that would be very weird to do that and just be dating somebody. I don't know.
Yeah. Like, hey, fourth date, let's go to a club. Let's go to a swingers club.
Yeah, exactly. It's just weird.
Yeah, like, hey, we barely know each other.
Yeah. Let's go fuck other people.
Let's go fuck other people in front of each other. It's the best way to get to know each other.
Exactly.
Absolutely the best way. Yeah, that won't bring up any
zone.
No one will get self-conscious about that.
No one will have problems with that.
No, zero problems. No one will have any intimacy issues or self-conscious.
No.
Especially if we're coming from the outside of this. Like, this is all a new experience. We're experiencing this together for the first time. Like,
Yeah. I always laugh at the people that we know in the lifestyle or that are very familiar with it, whatever. And all of a sudden they bring somebody in that they're newly dating that has never experienced lifestyle at all. And they're like, hey, can you talk to so and so and like tell them about the girl? Or whatever? Can you tell them about like this how it is and lifestyle? And because they're like, oh, you guys seem normal. Like, they think we're like got every, they're like, you guys are like the lifestyle couple. You can talk to my new girlfriend and tell her how awesome it is. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You want me to have a conversation with your new girlfriend and tell her how awesome the lifestyle is? And like basically they want to say, okay, you guys can be normal swingers and you can show her that like they're normal people in the lifestyle and they're not just a bunch of weirdos. And I'm like, it's not conversation. It's not for me.
Taylor, can you help turn my girlfriend out?
Pretty much. It's exactly what, and I'm like, all right. So the lifestyle's great. We're not a bunch of weirdos. And yeah. And every scene is different too. So like lifestyle in Florida is very different than lifestyle in LA. Like lifestyle in LA, Phoenix, like this whole Southwest area is so different. It's a lot more CNB scene than like I would say like Texas is way different. Texas, like Houston, Dallas, Austin is a whole different scene than like out here. It's just completely different. So like the Lux parties and plush parties are like so different out here than
what are Lux and plush parties for the uninitiated?
Like Lux is a big group. They do like Utopian Summer. Plush does some, they both are amazing groups. Plush does plush parties out here. They're awesome. Like both those companies put on great parties, but it's totally different than I would say Texas and Florida. Florida's more like chill boats and resorts and like Eye Candy does stuff out there. Eye Candy does stuff like everywhere, but like out here it's just a little different. It's a little more CNB scene. It's LA and Scottsdale, so you can imagine.
Is it more about like the prestige of who you're at the party with than the actual sex, or
it's just more like CNB scene photos out here, I would say. Like more like just photo taking. I think a lot of people out here that do lifestyle events aren't necessarily lifestyle. I think it's more just going to the parties.
It's just like, look at me, I'm at this cool place.
I mean, it's more the event than I would say the actual lifestyle, like hooking up and having sex. I think a lot of people there aren't actually in the lifestyle. I think it's just the event because it's a cool event. And that's fine.
For sure. As long as you're not misrepresenting.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that, but the parties are really badass, so I don't blame them for going.
Well, I'll take an invite. Shit.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like I haven't been to one of them in a long time, but yeah, they were really fun. Utopian Summer I only went once, but it was badass.
So tell me about it. Like, what's the party like?
Oh my gosh. Well, it was the one I went to it was right after COVID. They didn't have it a little bit during COVID.
That's probably wise.
Well, yeah, but I mean, everything was fine. I mean, the one they had was, I'm trying to think when it was, maybe 2020. It was in Palm Springs. So in Palm Springs in the middle of summer is a little warm.
Just a little.
Yeah. But it was so the hotel had some issues with air conditioning.
Ooh.
But it was so hot. I remember like not even being able to, like you couldn't walk on the concrete or anything, but oh my gosh, the party was awesome. The DJs were great. The dancing, the vibe was badass. It's like sexy Halloween. So it was like the sexiest people in one event, like for 3 days in a row. It was pretty badass.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah.
That also seems atypical to a lot of swingers parties like that. I've sometimes the swingers crowds are not the most beautiful people.
Absolutely. You just never know what you're going to get. So this one is very selective as far as like having to apply and you can't just go.
And the closest thing I've ever gotten to a swingers party was crashing one at ABN 14. Because the swingers used to be at the hotel across the street from now what's the Virgin was the Hard Rock where we used to have ABN. Yeah. And I ditched the award show every year. And yeah, in 14, some swingers that one of my buddies was like, oh, we're having the party like during the award show. Come by. And we show up there just to steal their alcohol for the most part.
Nice.
Hooked up with some random girl, then almost ended up. I told this story recently on air too.
You did?
Yeah. So one of the swingers that my buddy met, her friend, she's bitching like she hadn't gotten laid that whole weekend. And I was like, I could help with that.
Yeah, I bet.
Did that in a cabana poolside. And then like.
Sweet.
It was like, oh, cabana sex is not the most comfortable thing in the world.
No, not in Vegas either.
Why don't we go up to your room and finish? And then get up to the room and it turns out she's sharing it with a couple.
No way.
Yeah, I'm like,
and they were there.
yeah, and they're in bed.
So they're in bed, and you're like, "Hello."
She immediately disrobes and jumps into bed with them, and I just kind of sit down.
Wait, so you get up there, she jumps in bed with them. What are you doing?
I sit down on the couch, like in the room, and just kind of like, what have I gotten myself into?
Oh my god, I've been like, do you want me to jump in or like?
Well, they're like, yeah,
Oh,
but the other two people in the bed were not attractive.
oh.
I'm just like, in for a penny, in for a pound at this point, I guess.
So did you jump in?
I jumped in.
You did.
I did not make any contact with the other couple.
Gotcha.
Like, I was just kind of, and then she just started blowing me in front of them.
Sweet.
I'm like, all right, this is cool. And then she's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, let me join you. And so we went in the bathroom and finished up in the bathroom.
Gotcha. All right.
And then I was
out of there, and you're like, I'm running.
Oh, yeah, no, within like a minute of me popping, I was out the door.
Oh my god.
I was just like, okay, well, that was a little bit more than I bargained for. Yeah.
Wow.
But that is the closest I've ever gotten to the lifestyle.
That's pretty lifestyle. That's pretty like, face first in the lifestyle.
Well, I feel, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like if I had interacted with the other couple, it would have been much.
Okay, I get that. I get that. Otherwise, you're just having sex with the person you met.
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
And there just happened to be
that.
two unattractive people in a bed.
But honestly, the fact that they were there watching is pretty lifestyle.
It was a horny drunk decision. It was like, I've already been fucking this girl. I would like to.
How they all start.
Did someone just like try to honey trap me into the fucking lifestyle there?
Yeah, pretty much. Just honestly, like, just being in a club, having sex, and people watching you and your partner is lifestyle. I mean, that's lifestyle. Just that exhibitionism is lifestyle. People don't understand. Like, they're like, oh, I thought lifestyle was just fucking other people. Like, no, it's like just some people just. That's why I call it sexy Halloween, because I tell people, I'm like, you can go to events and just be with your partner and just dance with girls. You don't have to even make out with people. You can just be dancing with girls and just having a great time, and that's lifestyle. It can be as much or as little as you want it to be. But like, there's a lot of people I know that just they're big into exhibitionism, and they just want to go basically fuck their partner and have people watch. That's lifestyle.
See, that's not my jam either. Like, I'm not.
No.
See,
I love that. I love people watching.
I'm happy that makes you happy.
I mean, I guess I have to. I'm in porn, so you guys should like people watching.
There's a big difference between a room full of live people watching you and a crew.
That's true. I guess you know what? That's true.
In all honesty, like, a club, it's appropriate for people to be like, oh, that's hot. Like, and watching it for some level of sexual gratification. On a set, as someone who has worked on sets for years, like, I give zero fucks about the two people fucking in front of me.
Right.
I've told this story a bunch of times. Like,
yeah.
Recently, well, this is a couple of years ago at this point, but I was on set and both me and the lighting guy, while the sex is happening, are like, oh, I think we got to replace that couch. Like, it's hitting the floor as they fuck.
Oh my God.
Like, there are two beautiful Brazzers contract stars fucking within 2 arms lengths of us, and we're both just like, I think that couch is fucked.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, we're just so fucking jaded to this shit. It's like,
yeah,
it's the same reason like when I was in Amsterdam years ago, it's like, ooh, a live sex show. I'm like, I have no interest in going to a live sex show because it's just like,
you're like, what?
This feels like work.
True. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. You get kind of numb to all that, like, especially being naked in front of people. You're just like,
yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm naked.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Most people in the industry, it's like, oh yeah, like whatever. It's just how it is. Like, no one. This is nothing. This is on the internet. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
Well, this is not on the internet. This is not. But I managed to get my dick off film.
This is.
I'd hope so. Yeah, I've managed to keep my dick off the internet this whole fucking time.
Oh, that's good.
I think so. But it is by choice at this point.
Yeah.
Not that like a few people haven't propositioned me over the years to like shoot content. I'm like, no. I'm cool. I'm good. And it's one of those things where like at this point, I honestly feel like I say no because I've just been saying no so long. It feels weird to be like, oh yeah, might as well do it now. Well, and also it's like, it's a job I never wanted.
Yeah.
And when I first got in, like there was no OF. There was like a handful of clip stores, but if you're a male talent, you were shooting for studios. And I don't feel I could do studio porn. I 100% feel I would fail.
So hard. I gotta hand it to these guys. It's not an easy thing. Like, there's some days that you can tell it's easier than others. There's some directors that are easier than others as far as the guys go and how they structure the shoot. And some of these ones, I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't do that if I was a guy. No freaking way.
No, and I've been on set where it was like, the co-stars like in between takes just immediately on her phone, like not paying any attention to the dude. And like, unless you're a fucking good performer and a good professional, that's got to get in your head a little bit too.
Yeah.
And once your head's out of the game, your other head's out of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, bravo to those dudes who were just like, nah, I don't care if she's fucking ignoring me. It's fine. The minute they call action, it's on.
There's a lot of guys can do that. And there's the guys that have been in the industry for 10, 15, 20 years.
Exactly. And my hat is off to them.
Yeah.
That's why I never wanted the job. Plus, especially when you're starting off as male talent, you don't get to choose who you work with. Like, and I like to choose who I fuck. I make a lot of poor choices, but I like making those choices. Holy shit, I make some poor choices, but
that's funny.
Comedy, tragedy, it's a fine line at times. Sometimes it's just like shortly after orgasm, like, why did I do this? Fuck.
But it all worked out, right?
Some of it's ongoing in time of recording. Some of it, there's been some recent ones was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
It happens.
It happens. It's part of life. Sometimes you make horny decisions and shit happens.
Yep.
Pre-marriage, any wild hookups that just came about? Nope.
Never.
You're just like,
I was very vanilla.
Very vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
I know you couldn't even have a vibrator, but like just nothing.
Yeah. I didn't even like to have sex with him. So
wow. How long into the relationship till you started actually enjoying it with him?
My husband now?
Oh, yes.
The ex.
Oh, the ex was the one.
Ex never.
Oh, gotcha. I misunderstood. My bad. There's been alcohol.
My husband. Oh,
day one.
Immediately.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a light came down from the heavens.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I was gifted with that. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like you never knew what you were missing. So it's crazy when you have someone that's not someone that is more about you than they are about themselves. It's like so freeing.
I'm assuming that it was just like, oh, this is night and day. Like, what was I doing before this?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like. Oh my God. Like, I didn't even know that this existed. This was even, yeah, it's badass.
Did the ex not even like go down on you or?
No, it wasn't even that. Like, that's not even really my thing, to be honest, but, but it was just like, it wasn't about me at all. It was just like, do your thing, your dick's crooked, whatever. I don't know.
Just wasn't hitting it the right way.
No, it was everything. It was just awful. It was just like it was like a chore. It was like an awful experience.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got out of that.
Me too.
Like, no one should have to go through life like that.
No, definitely not.
Like, and there are some poor bastards who like marry the first person they fuck, and they never get to experience like what anyone else could feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's a lot of people in lifestyle that are in the lifestyle, and they have been with their significant other. They met in high school, and they've only been with each other until they got in the lifestyle. So now we totally understand. We're like, okay, this makes perfect sense. You guys are in lifestyle because you've only been with each other. So why would you not want to be able to experience? But you love each other, but you also want to give each other that dating, those experiences, that stuff. It's so cool. It's actually really cool. That's the really cool aspect of it. We see a lot of those people that have literally been together since high school. We're like, can you imagine the person that you were with in high school to be still with that person to this day? Like, fuck that.
Oh, definitely not. She hates me. She fucking hates me. So she became a very like crunchy granola hippie. And
ooh, does she live in Portland? Just kidding.
I don't know. I do not know. I have not spoken to
There's
her.
hippies all over the place.
This is true, but like I believe from the last time I like even remotely looked at a Facebook that through mutuals, like we haven't spoken in years. Like she was off being a midwife in some third world country.
As long as her armpit hair, that's what you have to ask. It's probably pretty long, right?
Probably longer than the hair on her head.
Or the hair on her.
Like
the bush is coming back in. I don't have a bush.
Longest,
a bush.
Second longest, short.
I don't get I don't have a bush. I could never do it. Apparently it's a thing. A lot of people like it. I don't like it. I'm not into hair of any sort ever anywhere. But that's just me.
No, I'm there with you. I unfortunately, been lazy recently. So
It's hard because like I don't want to grow a bush. I don't want to grow any pubic hair. I don't like it. To me, if it's gonna get caught in my teeth, it's too long. I don't mind a little bit, but like if it's gonna get caught in my teeth, yeah.
It shouldn't get caught in your teeth, but it also shouldn't give you razor burn from rubbing against it.
Yeah, it's just stubble. Stubble's not good either. So, but yeah, I don't mind. I like it trimmed. Trim it. Manscaping's the thing.
No, it's fucking important. Sorry, I've been slacking. Absolutely been slacking. Last person I hooked up with, it was just like a completely unexpected hookup. I'm like, yeah, I'm not exactly date ready, girl. Like,
I guess that happens.
This was not expected in any way, shape, or fucking form.
Yeah.
And it's always an awkward thing to like have to apologize for the shape of, your pubic hair.
Exactly.
It's like, well, no dude wants to come across as like self-conscious, like, well, huh. But it's also like just rude to be like, drop your drawers and be like, yep, welcome to the forest.
Ew. I'll pass.
Well, and this is like why I would have preferred a heads up. I would have gone and taken care of it. I would have happily, it was just an unexpected hookup.
Exactly.
But I realized we probably got to get you out of here real soon.
Yeah, I was looking at the time. I was like, oh, I got to go right to the airport.
Yep. Because you flew in for this for some insane reason.
Well, this is fun. This is a good evening.
Oh, no, I'm having a blast. We'll have to do it again sometime.
For sure.
When you don't have time restraints.
I know. I'll actually be back in LA next week, but
I know.
I'm here a lot.
Well, we will definitely do this again.
Fun.
I mean, I will see you at the award parties.
Yes, absolutely. Next week. Woohoo.
Woo.
Party.
Back to back party.
I know. I'm like, okay, 2 nights in a row. I have some good collabs planned while I'm in town next week, but I can't say who they're with.
Don't worry, this will be out well after those, hopefully.
Sweet. Oh yeah, it will be. Y'all, by the time this comes out, you'll have already seen them.
Hell yeah. But before we get you out of here, where can they find you on the things?
So Taylor Vixxen, so with 2 X's. So my Instagram is Taylor Vixxen, all one word with 2 X's. Twitter is, or X, we should say.
It's Twitter.
I know, I still call it Twitter.
Everyone
Taylor
does.
_Vixxen with 2 X's. And then obviously my OnlyFans, Taylor Vixxen, and then Taylor Vixxen free if you want my free page. So, and TaylorVixxen.com actually. So I have some links on there, but my website is still in process, but my links are there. So you can still find my stuff.
Hell yeah. Find your stuff, spend some money.
Yeah.
Maybe find
Message me. Let's video chat. I love Skype. I love Skyping people. That's my favorite. It's one-on-one Skypes. I love it.
Hell yeah.
I love to get naughty, use toys, all that kind of jazz.
Maybe go tubbing with her. Who knows?
That's right. Run over some stuff in my Jeep. I don't know.
Time will tell. But until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
Thank you. Cheers. Woo.